welcome back to JBSports. I'm your host, Jonathan Burton, and today we're back in the new setup. I got a Washington jersey on. We don't have to talk about what happened to the player, but it's a new jersey I got during Christmas, and then the player got traded. Sam Howell. Still love you, Sam Howell. Hope you do great in Seattle, but unfortunately you're not here, so it's kind of rough that I got this for Christmas, and then a few months later got traded, but I still like it. I still like Sam. But today, this episode, we're going to get into the NBA Finals, which first game is today. Unfortunately, I'm posting this tomorrow because that's my schedule, but the first game between the Dallas Mavericks and Celtics is today. Then we will go into the top three quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, Jane Daniels, Drake May. I want to talk about how statistically, like if they want to have the best rookie season their team has seen, and this is mostly for Caleb Williams, the best rookie season of all time, because the other two, I don't think they're in the position to get that. I think to do that, only Caleb Williams can do it, but we're going to get into that, and then a little bit into some other small things, just like contracts, recently signed people, like extensions, and then I'm just going to do, real quick at the end of this day in history for sports, just find a cool one to do. But first thing we're going to talk about, like I said, NBA Finals. Dallas Mavericks versus Boston Celtics. Celtics, I think, will win game one. Personally, I think the Celtics are really hungry. They're really wanting to win this finals after 2 years ago when they choked to the Golden State Warriors when Steph Curry went crazy and Jordan Poole was actually good. Yeah, they're going to take game one. But with the Dallas Mavericks, they'll definitely have fighting with them. Kyrie, he'll definitely want to play really well against the Celtics after what's happened between the two teams, after him leaving, going to Brooklyn, all that stuff. So emotions are going to be very high between the Celtics and Kyrie and the Celtic fans, of course, because I already saw jerseys with completely against Luka and Kyrie, like saying they suck and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. It's really just a mental game for Kyrie right now. If he wants to play really good, he can play really good. If he's not doing it mentally, he's just like can't take it, he might not play good. I think he can take it because he's been in the finals before, and he's definitely gone really hard against the Celtics after being traded away, so we'll see there. And we'll see how Jason Tatum reacts to it, because last time Kyrie was when I saw a clip where Kyrie was at the Celtics after leaving them and everyone was cheering, like hating on him. Jason Tatum was telling him to calm down. They wouldn't, so we'll see how that goes. But with the Mavericks, Luka had a week to recover. Luka himself is saying he's not 100%. He said it was nice to have a week off, but he said the week did not help him that much. He says his ankle he has right knee sprain that's still nagging him. His left ankle soreness still hurts. And I saw he might have tore a meniscus, but I could be wrong. That might be from a different time, so I'll have to double check. But the meniscus, don't take my word for it. But the right knee and left ankle soreness, so right knee sprain and left ankle soreness are still nagging him. So he's put to day, but he's definitely probable for game one. They're not having the biggest star in the playoffs and for their team out, especially against a team like the Celtics. You cannot afford to have him out at all. But with Luka being hurt, there's always a chance he can get more hurt. God forbid he does. I'd feel terrible, but that would help the Celtics a lot. I'm not a Celtics fan. I'm a Rockets fan, so I don't want anyone to get injured. But it might be a little risky for Luka to still be playing after everything going on. But he's a star. He's a dog. He's an animal. He's going to play in game one. And I think the Celtics are just ready to win a finals. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are ready to beat those allegations that they can't play late in the playoffs. They're going to win this finals. But anything can happen in NBA basketball. We saw the Pacers go to the Eastern Conference Finals, so we'll see. So we're going to go into some stats for the top three QBs. Top three QBs taken in the draft were Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears, Jane Daniels to the Commanders, and Drake May to the Patriots. So for the Bears, so each stat I'm going to put the rookie stats, which I think are attainable, and then just to have a little fun with it, I'm going to say they're all time, which I think Caleb Williams might have a chance at breaking some of the all-time ones. But so with the passing yard records for rookie, in 2017, Mitch Trubisky had 2,193 passing yards as a rookie. Caleb Williams definitely has a chance of breaking this. The Bears don't even, with all-time Bears passing yards, they only have 3,838. With the weapons the Bears have, Caleb Williams definitely has a chance of breaking both. Like, 2,193 yards is less than both the Commanders and Patriots passing yard records, and the all-time Bears is almost lower than the rookie passing yards that Mac Jones had in 2021 for the Patriots. But with passing yards, Caleb Williams, with the weapons he has, it would be so easy for him to break the rookie yards record and the all-time, which the all-time is held by, in 1995, Eric Kramer of the Chicago Bears had 3,838 passing yards. So Caleb Williams, out of all of them, definitely has a chance to break both records with, like I said, the weapons. You got the wide receivers. You have a good offensive line. You have a great defense, which can get the offense on the field more. So he will have a lot of chances to literally, he's definitely going to break the rookie passing record if he's who they say he is. And then he has a really good chance to break the all-time Bears record. Bears passing touchdown record, the Bears, the rookie in 1942, the most a rookie QB has passed for a touchdown is Charlie O'Rourke with 11. If Caleb Williams does not break it this year, that would be really bad for him, because the Bears records aren't good really at all. Like, some of these records are just terrible. 11 touchdowns thrown for a rookie in 1 year. I mean, some do that, but Washington has more. The Patriots have more. So, like, the Bears rookies have not been that good. They've gotten a little better, but even Mitch Trubisky didn't throw. He threw 7 touchdowns. So, Caleb Williams has a great chance at, well, he should. I'm telling you, he's going to break the record for rookie passing touchdowns with over 11. He is going to. It's not even a prediction. It's a fact. With passing touchdown record all time, 1995, another Eric Kramer record with 29. That's actually pretty good, but like I said, that's actually one of the better Bears records for, like, passing wise. 29 it could be actually very hard to break for Caleb Williams. I think he's going to get between 20, 22, and like 27. Caleb Williams, out of all these quarterbacks, has the best chance of breaking the all-time rookie records rookie record of all time for passing, for throwing yards. He has the best chance out of these three. So he can definitely break the touchdown record for Bears. And then I also put interceptions down just so, like, you can see what they are. Rookie interceptions for the Chicago Bears was, the highest one was set in 1954. Zeke Bratkowski with 17. I do not believe Caleb Williams is going to get 17 interceptions. He's very good at football, and he's very smart with the ball. He has a strong arm. He gets it where it needs to be. So I think he's not going to reach that at all. All time for the Bears in 1947, Sid Luckman with 31. He's not touching that ever. He will never touch that. So with that, those first three, he's going to break the first two 100%, maybe all time for the passing yards record. I think he will. And then with touchdown record, he'll definitely break the rookie. That's a fact. All time, he might get 29, maybe 30, but I'm thinking like 22 to 26, somewhere around that range. Just because, after all, it is the Bears. Something might happen eventually. Someone might get hurt, so you just have to watch for that. Interception, he's not touching either of those records. Definitely not 31, 17, definitely not. He's good, he's smart, he's with it. touchdown to interception ratio. With both these stats, I'm going 10 games or more and over 100 pass attempts, just because one of them was 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he played in 3 games. Like, that's not a good thing to go off of. We're going to go off of actual, like, numbers. So each of these stats will have 10 games and over 100 pass attempts. So rookie touchdown interception ratio, you have 2017 Mitch Trubisky. He was 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he threw 330 times, and he completed 196, which is the rookie percentage for completions for attempts, which he was 59.4% completion for attempts. Then you have all time for the Bears, which is 1995. Eric Kramer again, man, holds all the big records, but he is definitely going to lose all these big records to Caleb Williams. It's a 2.9 with 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You never know. Caleb Williams could do it this year. He has the weapons. He has everything he needs. We just have to see if he is him. And then completion rate all time is also Mitch Trubisky. In 2020, he had a .67% completion rating with 297 attempts with 199 completions. Pretty good. Bad year overall for the Bears, so it doesn't really matter too much, but you could very well see Caleb Williams break it this year. These are all records. Caleb Williams is really good. He can break them all. The interceptions he doesn't want to break, of course, but I don't think he will. Then next we move on to my Commanders' new number 1 quarterback with the passing yards for a rookie, and it was set in 2012 by RG3 with exactly 3,200 passing yards. Honestly, I think Washington has very good offensive weapons with the wide receiver room. They have Terry McLaurin, in my opinion, can be a top 10 with a number 1 quarterback, which we have in Jayden Daniels. And we have Jahan Dotson, who's going to have an up year, hopefully last year. He said it was going to be his breakout season, and he ended up not being his breakout season, so hopefully this year will be his breakout season. Then you have either Dyami Brown or Luke McCaffrey. In my opinion, Dyami Brown has put in a lot of work the last few years. He's been stepped over by Curtis Samuel, so hopefully I think this year should be his year to finally get his attempt at wide receiver number 3, but you've seen him be very good throughout the years, so in the time he has played, so I think he deserves his number 3 slot, and he deserves his time at number 3 wide receiver. But as I said, good weapons. If the line can hold up, there is a good chance he might be able to break 3,200 yards. Honestly, last year Sam Howell could have if he had better protection. But of course we know Sam Howell got sacked over 60 times. Some of them the line's fault, some of him is his fault for not getting the ball out sooner. So it all just depends on if the line can help and how Jayden Daniels does. He's been doing great in OTAs apparently. Well, not apparently. I knew he was going to do good in OTAs. He's a number 2 overall pick. He's a Heisman winner. He's going to do great in those. But you just got to see if those translate to games, because at the end of the day, you can have great OTAs, you can have a great mini camp eventually, but if you can't play ball in the big leagues during the games, you got to leave. So, all time, which he's not touching, I'm sorry. In 2016, Kirk Cousins had 4,917 yards. Yeah, he's not touching anywhere near that. I don't think that any of these 3 could. I mean, I don't think Caleb Williams really could, but you never know what can happen. But I do not think he will. Next, you have passing touchdown record. Another record held by RG3. He had 20 in one season. His rookie year, in 2012, he did great that year. Jayden Daniels, honestly, I think has a good chance of doing it. You finally start to use Terry McLaurin like he should. Jahan Dotson's there. Dyami Brown, Luke McCaffrey. Each of them can do very well with getting open. Terry McLaurin, he's a deep threat that he's anywhere. I think you can get a lot of touchdowns to Terry McLaurin, a lot to the next 2. So I think That's definitely attainable for Jayden Jane Daniels to get easily. Now we're going to go to all-time. 1967, Sonny Jurgensen with 31. I don't think Jane Daniels is going to get close to that. I think Jane Daniels is in the kind of near Caleb Williams with it, but I think he's going to get like maybe 22 to 24, that range. Less than Caleb Williams, but he has a chance to get close to it. I mean, of course, I think he will definitely get a little bit, he'll get lower because Caleb Williams is number one. He's that number one talent coming out of the draft, but I think Jane Daniels can still be up there with touchdowns. And then he's not touching 31 touchdowns in the season that Sonny Jurgensen had. It's just not going to happen. Interceptions, rookie 1961 was set by Norm Snead with 22. Jane Daniels is smart. He's a Heisman winner. He knows how to get the ball where it needs to be. I do not think, personally, he's going to get 22 interceptions. He might get into double digits. You could see that happening, but I just don't think he will, because our last Heisman winner, which you see in a little bit, did not even get near double digits, which I don't think Caleb Williams will either. I do not think he'll get double digits. I don't think either of these guys will get double digits because they're very smart. They're both Heisman winners. They're both very good at football. They both know where the ball needs to go, like I've been saying. So I don't think any of them will get in double digits at all. Definitely not 22 like our rookie and Norm Snead had. Definitely not that. I could see Jane Daniels maybe getting like 5, 6, 7 around that range because he's a rookie. He's bound to make mistakes. It's going to happen. So all time, 1963 Norm Snead with 27. Definitely not getting anywhere near that. Hopefully, I pray. Then we'll go to touchdown interception ratio with over 10 games and 100 attempts. We're staying in that realm. Rookie plus all time with touchdown to interception ratio. 2012 RG3. He's got a 4. He had 20 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. That was a great year to watch Washington football. I mean, record-wise, it wasn't bad. I mean, we didn't do anything out of the few seasons we had with RG3 and then the few seasons we had out of Kirk Cousins. But all-time touchdown to interception ratio, RG3 holds it with 4. And with the rookie completion to attempt ratio, it's also RG3 for rookie. He threw 393 times and he completed 258 out of it for a 65.6% completion, which is very good. I think Jane Daniels could get over that if they throw a lot, because we'll just see. But honestly, I think Jane Daniels is a better talent than RG3 coming out of college. Personally, I think that other people might disagree. They're both Heismans. It's really at this point seeing if we protect Jane Daniels at the line better than we did RG3, and if we don't push him like we did RG3. RG3 could have been amazing for us if he didn't get injured and get pushed like we pushed him to do. So RG3 could have been he could have been amazing, and he was amazing that rookie year, and he did amazing flashes after that, but we injured him and we kept him out there. So RG3 is a sad thought in my mind forever, and all we do is we can hope that it's never replicated, especially with the talent Jane Daniels has. He kind of plays like RG3. RG3 could run, Jane Daniels can run, they can both pass. So I think Jane Daniels can be really good and can have that RG3 start and can finish like RG3 was supposed to if he stays healthy, which I think we will, because this coaching staff and organization is way better than Dan Snyder and the coaches we had before. All-time completion rating for a rookie. All-time just in Washington history. 2016, Kirk Cousins, he threw 543 times, completed 379 passes, 69.8%. We can just round that up to 70 if you want, but, 0.7, 70 if you want. I guess Jane Daniels could get this, but not at the same amount of throws and completions that Kirk Cousins had. That's just a crazy passing season. That's why Kirk Cousins in the same season had 4,917 passing yards. He passed like crazy that season. He could I guess, get that percentage, but at a lower rate, so it wouldn't be as, I guess, prestigious as Kirk Cousins, if you want to say that, but it won't be the same way to get that percentage. Then we go to the Patriots with Drake May. Drake May has a bit of a... He's not going to get the all-time records because I don't believe he's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. He's not the best quarterback in his draft. I mean, of course, you can say Tom Brady wasn't thought to be the best quarterback of the draft, but they're two different quarterbacks. They're two different people. It's... When you have the GOAT, yes, John, not Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, the GOAT of football, the best quarterback of all time, you can fight me, but you're fighting a brick wall. On your team with all the records, you're not going to beat him. But rookie, he could beat him. He very well could, but that's also hard because Mac Jones had a pretty good rookie year. Passing yards record, rookie, 2021, Mac Jones had 3,801 yards. I mean, I've seen Drake May throw some bombs. I know he can throw it. There's a chance he comes out and surprises everyone, but like I think with these top 3 quarterbacks, Drake, it's like Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and then Drake May. Each of them are on good levels. They're on great levels, but each of them are they're on a level stepping down. Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, very, very good. Drake May, he can be very good, but he's there. It's like I was saying with John and Ethan on the second episode we did here on the draft. The first episode of the draft we did of the part 2, but second episode we ever did. We were talking about Jaden Daniels for Washington. We said how Jaden Daniels has a higher ceiling and a higher floor than Drake May, and to this day I still think that is. To Jaden Daniels, Drake May to Jaden Daniels. I think that is true. It's going to stay like that forever. That's why I still think Jaden Daniels was the best pick for us, even if those two disagreed with me. But everyone can have their opinion. Passing touchdown records for a rookie in 2021. It's a tie, actually. In 2021, Mac Jones had 22 passing touchdowns, and in 1960, Butch Sunging had 22 touchdowns. It's attainable, but honestly, these two, one thing you got to realize is the Patriots have no receivers at all, basically, with them. They do not have a top talent and wide receiver wise. I don't know why I said he could get 3,801. Now thinking about it, he's not going to get there. I mean, unless one of the wide receivers for the Patriots goes absolutely crazy there, he's not. He's kind of in a worse position out of the top. He is in the worst position out of the top 3. You can easily say that he's got the worst team out of those 3, in my opinion. It goes Bears, Commanders, Patriots. But he's not reaching these probably at all if he stays on the Patriots unless they have a crazy rebuild. But yeah, I don't think he's getting near 22 touchdowns. I mean, he could, but I really don't think so with the talent on the Patriots. All time for passing yards, so I forgot to get to that. 2011 Tom Brady 5,235. It's only a top 10 of all time, I believe, so he's not touching that probably ever. And then all time passing touchdowns for the Patriots. You already know who it is. 2007 Tom Brady 50. He's not touching that anytime. Interceptions by a rookie in 1975. It was set by Steve Grogan with 18. I'm not saying he'll get there, but it's a higher chance he gets into the double digits, not because he is younger. We said he has a lower floor, which he can make more mistakes than the other two, I think, because he's younger. He's, I guess, not as experienced. He was under Sam Howell. Less time. I don't think he's as NFL ready as the other two, so I think he will make mistakes. He's the person getting close to 2 double digits, and half the time, interceptions probably won't be his fault too. The wide receivers are so bad that it'll probably be mostly their fault sometimes. So I don't think he'll get 18, but he can get close to double digits. All time, 1994 Drew Bledsoe and 1964 Babe Parilli, 27 interceptions. I don't think it's going to get to that. I don't even think he's going to get to that, even though receivers won't get in there. So best touchdown to interception ratio with over 10 games and 100 attempts passing. Rookie, Mac Jones, in 2021, he had a ratio of 1.69 with 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. He also holds the percentage for a rookie of completions to attempts with 521 attempts with 352 completions with a 67.6%. And then I think Drake May can't get there, like I said, with the weapons he has, it's really just the weapons, him being not as good as the other two quarterbacks. He's not going to get close to there. Unfortunately for him, he's also on a terrible team with the weapons, wide receiver, all of that, so he's not getting close there. All-time touchdown interception ratio for the Patriots is 2016, Tom Brady with a whopping 14, 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Great, crazy year for him. And then the completion rate for them is 2007, Tom Brady with a 6.69. He threw 578 times, completed 398 of the passes. Never getting there. Unfortunately, it's the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. You're not going to get there. So, I feel bad for him. He's not in the best situation to do that, but he's also not as good as the other two quarterbacks, in my opinion. So, with all-time QB stats records, it's going to be all the same stats, but of course all-time for all the teams combined, which this one I really only think pertains to Caleb Williams with the weapons he has, with the team surrounding him. All that goes into that. So, Jaden Daniels, I wish could get these numbers, but the team's not as good. The offensive line will let us down. The defensive backs will let us down, so he'll have less chances to get up here. So, and then Drake May, no chance out of all three of them. Sorry, man, you're in the worst spot of all of them. So all-time QB stats, passing yards, rookie, 2012, Andrew Luck, 4,374. Caleb Williams could get there. He's got great wide receiver weapons. He definitely is breaking both records for the Bears in his rookie year, I think. And he has a good chance of breaking that. C.J. Stroud was actually pretty close last year. And I think the teams aren't close, like, player-wise, but, like, the type of team you had around him are kind of similar with how good they are. All-time, everybody pretty much knows this, 2013, Peyton Manning, 5,477 pass yards. I don't think he's touching that. I do not think he's touching that. You're going to have a different type of team for that. Passing touchdown records, rookie 2020, Justin Herbert with 31. I don't think he's touching. I already said that. I mean, yes, he could, but personally, I think he's going to stay in the, 28 range. I think it's 28 range, but I think I said 26. But he's going to be somewhere near the record for the Bears touchdown. I think he has a chance of breaking the Bears one, but I don't know if he's getting 31. All-time, also in 2013, Peyton Manning with 55. Not touching that. Like I said, I think you have to have a different type of team of a whole different caliber to have those stats. And then interceptions, we got another Peyton Manning record, rookie record. He said if there's any record that he wants these rookies to beat of his, it's this one. In 1998, Peyton Manning had 28 interceptions as a rookie. I mean, he became one of the greatest of all time, so any other person, you'd think it's pretty bad, but at the end of the day, it's a bad record, but he's a great player, so it didn't really hurt him too much. But if there's any record I'd want someone to break, it's definitely that one. All time, this one is crazy. I didn't think this would be possible, but I guess 1962 is possible. George Blanda, he played for the Titans, or I guess it might be the oldest back then, I don't know. 42 interceptions. That's crazy. Nowadays, you get close to 12 or 15 in that range, you might get pulled unless you don't have any good ones. Zach Wilson. So I don't think anyone's ever touching that ever again, unless they just have one quarterback and then that's all they have and they can't sign anyone else, which is never gonna happen. Best touchdown to interception ratio with 10 games and over 100 attempts. We're staying with that realm. Rookie 2016 Dak Prescott, he had a 5.75 with 23 passes on, 23 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. Caleb Williams could break that. Like I said, I don't think he's going to go anywhere over double digits for interceptions, and he could very well get 4 or less. I could see that happening. He's number 1 talent coming out of the draft, number 1 quarterback. He has the talent to do that. All time in 2016, Tom Brady, 28-2. He had a 14 ratio. He had 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, I guess you could see that. I think Caleb Williams will have 3 to 4 interceptions. I don't think he's going to have just 2. He could. You could see that record getting broken too. You could see him get 29, 30 touchdowns with 2 interceptions and break the record. You could see that Caleb Williams can be him. But at the end of the day, I think that one's just... Caleb Williams will probably break it. Someone will probably break it sooner rather than later. But right now, I think it's still set in stone for Tom Brady. Completions and attempts, that ratio, like I said, 10 games, over 100 attempts. Rookie, 2023, Jake Browning with a .7. He had 243 attempts, 171 completions. You could see that happening. You could see Caleb Williams break that. You could see Caleb Williams definitely break that. He's got the talent. He can throw the ball. He's smart. Jake Browning wouldn't have broke it last year if Joe Burrow didn't get hurt. Joe Burrow would have played. Jake Browning wouldn't have got it. So, nothing against him. I mean, he broke the record. He played good for what time he had, but he didn't. He wouldn't have had that record technically if Joe Burrow was healthy. All time, it's a tie between the same player in 2018 and 2019. Drew Brees had a .74% completion to attempts. 2018, he had 489 attempts with 364 completions. And in 2019, he had 378 attempts with 281 completions. I mean, a kind of different caliber of getting there. I'd say 2018 is definitely better with 489 passes and 364 completions, which he almost had more completions in the 2019 than he had attempts in 2018 than he had attempts in 2019. So I say they're on different calibers, but nonetheless, he had the same percentage in both years. I mean, I don't think Caleb Williams will touch that unless he has way less pass attempts. I mean, he could, but I don't think so. I mean, that's all time though, so I don't really think all time is really attainable for some of these stats for Caleb Williams as rookie is for Caleb Williams. He can definitely break most of these rookie records with the talent he has, how talented he is, but all time I think most of them are pretty set in stone. Now we will move on to some signings, re-signings. Then we have extensions. Justin Jefferson just got a crazy extension. He just broke the record for non-quarterback money. He has a 4-year, $140 million contract extension. That's just crazy. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in the league. The Vikings, I'd pay that much to keep him. I mean, he's the best thing you got going for you. You got J.J. McCarthy throwing to him. Hopefully J.J. McCarthy can be good for you guys, the Vikings. Hopefully he can actually throw the ball well to Justin Jefferson, because you signed Justin Jefferson 4 years, $140 million. You got to have a good quarterback to throw him to. So you better hope and pray that J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback you need to get him the ball. And you got Addison there, so they got a good wide receiver core there. Quarterback, you don't know. Rest of the team, it's pretty good, but you don't know. So Justin Jefferson, great person to bring back, person you can spend that money on, but you just hope your quarterback can get it to him. Christian McCaffrey, they extended him. Let me pull up that real quick. For some reason, I don't have that on. Christian McCaffrey, 2-year contract extension. I think it was somewhere around 94. 38 million over 2 years, and then he had a signing bonus, I think. Well, it's 2 years, 38 million a year, and then a signing bonus. I think I'm somewhere around 90 something million. Good signing. Christian McCaffrey is one of the best players in the league. He's a person you want to bring back, especially for that 49ers squad if they want to get back to the Super Bowl, have a chance of winning. Thing is, everybody's got to be scared of the Chiefs every year. They have one of the best quarterbacks of all time, not the best, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So you just hope that someone can, Christian McCaffrey, and you bring someone else on that team that can beat the Chiefs, because with them, real quick, going into them, Brandon Ayuk wants out. They still have better receivers, but Deebo Samuel's getting old. Brandon Ayuk wants out. They brought in Ricky Pearsall, which was pretty good, but I don't think he's there yet. So 49ers might be in a bad spot, kind of, but you want Brandon Ayuk to stay, and he doesn't want to play there. So we'll see how that goes wide receiver-wise. So those, I'd say, are the two big signings. I mean, there's a few other signings, but nothing too crazy other than those two, in my opinion. Then we're going to get into a little this day in history for sports. The one I'm going to do June 7th because it's coming out June 7th. It's June 6th when I'm recording this, but I'm going to say what June 7th is. 1998, Utah Jazz breaks the record for fewest points in an NBA game and finals games since the inception of the shot clock, with the Bulls winning 96-54. Michael Jordan bullying the Jazz. Everybody knows it happened. Nothing new there. That's 54 points in a finals game is crazy. But back then, I don't think they weren't scoring as much as they are now, so it's different. But yeah, Bulls beat the Jazz. It happens every year in the finals, so nothing new there. Cool stat, but not cool for Jazz fans. Sorry, Jazz fans out there if you're watching this, but you guys have a pretty bad record being held. So hopefully someday someone can beat you so you don't have to hold that record anymore. Or maybe one day you guys get there and do worse. But that's today's day in history. And I wanted to say real quick, I was supposed to have a guest today, but something happened. He could not be here. He will be here next episode, hopefully. And there will be a fun segment I have planned for it. So I'm going to say again, thank you guys for watching. This has been JBSports with your host, Jonathan Burton, and have a great day.